a star, but only strictly where I'm famous. I'm in this for the longest haul, like we'll see where it takes us. I'm throwing back these double shots like whiskey here is weightless. Cause this career I chose was even riskier than Vegas, yo.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Colby Rebel Show. I am your host, Colby Rebel, where my goal is to answer that question or make that connection. So we are here for another date night. Very excited to answer your questions, make those connections, and share a little bit of spirit with you tonight. As we start off, there's something I really want to say that I'm so excited about. Brand breaking news. I just found out today that the Colby Rebel Show has been nominated by the Parapod Film Festival. So for Best Psychic Spiritual Podcast. So that's actually super exciting, super flattering, and it's just such an honor to be nominated. But I wanted to give a shout out to Parapod because very, very exciting to have this podcast brought into such an amazing company with so many other podcasts. So yay! Wanted to say that. Next week, we have the beginners platform. So this is really a great chance for you to work on your platform skills in mediumship. How do you do it? How do we talk to a group of people all at once? Really discerning how to make those real strong links and connections. So if you're interested, come join me for that, February 22nd. Our next round of circles is coming up as well. If you can even believe it, it is the Advanced Circle, which starts the 28th of this month. It's 4 weeks where we help you have a fluid connection, bring in those connections easier, more detail, all of that fun stuff. And then if you're newer to it, we have Wednesday nights, which is more for our beginners. So Wednesday night starting March 1st. And then what I'm very, very excited about is mastering your mediumship with my great friend, mentor, Lisa Williams. We're coming together. We've taught quite a few workshops together. So this is going to be very exciting. It's an all-day workshop extravaganza to learn and deepen your gifts and your connection and learning. So I just want to say hello. I just want to thank everybody for joining me. And we have a lot of people here who want these connections and a lot from that. So I'm very excited to do it. But first, I really want to bring in our guest tonight, Miss Naomi. So come on in, Naomi, and welcome so much. Hello.
Hello. Thank you. Thank you for having me here today.
Yes, I'm so excited to have you and thank you. And I know that you mentioned something around a career path change and wanted a little bit of insight on that. Is that correct?
Yes, I'm having to pivot my small business right now in a way that I wasn't anticipating having to do at the start of the year.
Mhm.
And I'm kind of having what I consider a tower moment, like the tower card in tarot, where things are kind of, I wouldn't say falling apart, but I'm having to restructure. And I just want to make sure I'm making the right decisions and kind of what can I expect over the next couple of weeks and months, especially in the springtime as I navigate a new structure for my business.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think just kind of looking at it, I think when these things come in very unexpectedly and it's almost like the universe is ripping the carpet out from under you and you're like, okay, what happened? I really believe that that's the universe's way of trying to get you back on track, meaning somewhere along the way, you were going in a direction that wasn't completing your soul purpose, wasn't for the highest good. Maybe there was a lesson needed to be learned to kind of get you to the next level. So they're kind of restructuring it for you. So forcing these changes. It feels to me too that these changes you're making, I think long-term are going to build more stability for you. I think they're also going to give you more options down the road. But it's interesting because I almost see like two sides of the coin. It's almost like, I don't know if one's a muggle world or one's a spiritual world or just kind of revamping of of the business, but I feel like ultimately this is going to give you an opportunity to also designate to others, I think, as well, Naomi. So I think it's an opportunity to say, okay, eventually, what am I going to let go of and give to others for them to handle? And what am I going to focus on? But I feel like we have to kind of come to this joint point first, discerning what it is so that you know every aspect of it. What am I doing? How am I doing it? And now I can let this go. I can let that go, that sort of thing. Does that make sense to you?
It does. Yes.
Yeah.
I also, it's funny that you say like what I want to focus on. There are some new ventures that I want to start talks with, actually starting talking with someone tomorrow about, the possibility. It would be an online business for myself, kind of online coaching, and in keeping my brick and mortar, which is a holistic wellness business.
Yeah, I love it. That's wonderful. But see, again, it's just going to come to that point where you begin this online. It's a new direction. It's a new path, a new way to reach more people globally than you would have in the brick and mortar, right?
Yes.
And then it's deciding down the road, where are you being called to serve spirit the most? Where are you being called for the coaching the most? And at this point, so it's interesting because right now you want the brick and mortar because it feels like I need this. It's my attachment. This is where I started. I can't let this go. It may come to a point where the online is too big and you say, you know what, it's time to release the brick and mortar. Or that when the brick and mortar is still there, taking the ideas that I've learned online and infusing them into the brick and mortar to make it more global. Maybe there's live streaming going on, events going on, that sort of thing. So I feel like it's just very much being open to the direction of what's happening. But I do feel very clearly, I would say within next year, you're going to be in a place of needing to delegate tasks or projects to other people so that you can stay in alignment to continuously create. I think this is just the first step for spirit with you. And then it's interesting how the universe is going to work and kind of go, okay, now we're bringing in this, or now we're bringing in that next one. Okay. So I want to wish you the best of luck with it. It feels really good. Try not to kind of get that fear in the belly. Just say, all right, I see you, I address you, and I'm going to put you over here, and stay focused and keep trusting the universe. I think too, it's interesting when you talked about the tower, and it very much could be a fear of failure. So just saying, look, I'm so afraid of trying something because what if it doesn't work? But just remember, whenever something kind of doesn't work, it's showing us what will work. So just remember, everything is learning and growing and helping us. I think it's just working through that fear and putting yourself in a bigger spotlight and allowing yourself to be in a bigger audience and reaching more people. And I feel like that's absolutely where the universe is taking you. Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Lots of love to you. Okay.
Same to you. Thank you.
Yes. Lots of love. Okay, great. All right, everybody. I'm going to answer some of these questions here. So very excited about that. Let us see what we have here. So let's talk to Marie real quick. Love to get a message from my son. Marie, it's really interesting. I one thing I really do feel like from your son is I'm sorry. I just feel like he just gives me a sense of I'm sorry. I think he absolutely felt so close to you and so connected to you. And I feel like his absence in your world has been just so difficult, which is understandable. And I think he's just so sorry for having that situation. But I know that he is feeling beautiful. He is feeling bright. He has given me a lot of sense of helping you too in a new way, I believe, Marie. And I feel like just giving you that sense of saying, hey, Mom, I'm okay. I don't want you to worry about me. What I want you to do is just keep shining, Mom. This is helping you embark on your new purpose, your new path. So he very much gives me that for you. So I will leave that with you. Okay. Okay. Here we go. Hi, Diane. Thank you for watching. I do want to thank people who are giving the stars. I really do appreciate that That really warms my heart, and I really want to say thank you guys for that very much. We have Ashley here. Should I stay or should I go? This is a really tough one because I feel like this is very much, you feel a lot of responsibility around this. I think there's a lot of connection. There's a lot of guilt. But I honestly, Ashley, I feel like for you to kind of get to the next level, to get to the next stage, it's going. Being able to kind of go and break free so that you can fully be in your power, fully connecting to that intuition and that higher self, and knowing that you absolutely can do it. And I feel like it's just going to help level up in so many different areas of your life. So I hope that helps you. Okay, here we go. Gloria, interesting thing. Is there anything that is blocking me that I need to concentrate on? And I feel like it's perfectionism, Gloria. I feel like either you're so worried about what if it's not enough? What if I'm not doing it? What if I'm not ready for it? And I feel like just working on that inner critic, be more gentle, loving, celebrate who you are, stand more in your power, and know that you absolutely can do it in steps, and it's going to be beautiful and wonderful and help you kind of achieve all those goals, because I feel like you're pretty goal oriented. Okay. So good luck with that. Okay, here we go. Goodness, there's so many. I'm so happy to see so many people jumping in. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, so we have got, let's do Mary. Would love to connect with my brother. So Mary, I feel like one of the things with your brother, honestly, I get a sense of no nonsense with him. So I don't know if he just wasn't the most patient person or he's just pretty straightforward, but I definitely get a little no nonsense about him, which is fun. I also feel like he keeps poking you, Mary. So I don't know if it's just that he would try to kid with you a lot or try to kind of get you off your game a little bit. But I do feel a very, very strong sense of love with him. I think he is warm, loving. I feel like he is the great kind of uncle with everyone. That sort of guy that everyone loves him. Of course, he is absolutely okay, Mary. I want you to know that he's absolutely okay. I don't know why I feel like he's flipping burgers on the other side. So I don't know. I don't know if it's just that he loves his outings or loves the family or the get-togethers, but he's absolutely giving me a feeling of just wanting to relax, chill, know that things are okay. No sense in worrying about him by any means. And I do know there's a great, great sense of freedom and peace that he is absolutely feeling. Okay. So I will leave that with you. Okay, here we go. Let's see. Oh, I love this one. Here we go. I love this one. I feel my grandmother around me. She passed before I was born, and she was also a fellow Aries. I'm an Aries too, girl. Is that her? Does she have a message for my current path? I think one of the things, Amanda, about this is the moment you feel the inspiration that it is her, it's knowing and trusting that it absolutely is her. So just knowing that you feel that kind of straight coming in, knowing that is her. I feel like the 1 point message I feel like is pick yourself up. So I'm not exactly sure what it is you're going through at the moment, but there feels to be some stress or a little bit of like worry or fear. And I feel like she is like, you pick yourself up and you keep marching on. You keep doing this. Don't you quit. So I feel like I don't know if there's something you've been thinking about, but she's like, do not quit on this. Do not quit. So Amanda, I know that you are meant to kind of keep walking. And I feel like that is her very, very much around you. Okay. And she's like, yes. Okay. Lots of all of the above. It's interesting too. If you ask your mom, I feel like, Amanda, that you would talk to her even as a young kid. So what's really interesting is even as a little girl, even though she had passed, I feel like you were talking about her or seeing you saw her. So I think your mom could absolutely validate for you if you were to ask her. So I do get that strong sense around her. One thing that's really interesting too, Amanda, I feel like for you may smell your grandmother or smell a perfume, smell a scent. And I know that might be a little difficult because you don't have a remembering, but I also know that she really shares with me of sending you the smell and you can go, oh, I think that's her smell. I think that's her smell, you know? So I feel like that is just very much a part of what she wants to say to you, what she wants to give you, and just sharing all that love with you. Okay. So I will leave that with you. All right. So here we go. Okay. So Debbie wants to hear from her parents. Oh, she is amazing. Yeah, she absolutely is amazing. So I will absolutely confirm that. Okay, so Debbie would love to know about her parents. I feel like Debbie, one of the things about your parents, hard working. That's the first thing that came in. I feel like they really worked very hard. I think they worked hard together. I feel like they worked hard as a family. They give me a sense of being very, very connected and committed. Okay. So I just want you to know that they give me a sense, and your dad is 1,000% taking care of your mother. He loves your mother. I think they were absolute twin flames in this world and beyond. He shows me holding her, dancing with her. I just absolutely feel that he is saying, I've got mom, she's got me, and don't you worry about us, Debbie. We are doing just fine. So I will leave that with you. Okay. Let's see. Miss Janine here. Miss Janine would love to connect with my mom. I have to tell you, your mom is just like all this sweetness just came in. Knows how much I miss and love her. I feel like she's trying to tell me something. Yeah, she misses and loves you. I feel that she's trying to talk to me every day. You know what it is? I feel like you're missing a bit of that nurturing. You know what I mean? That, but your mother was very, very nurturing, very warm, very, I think you very much could talk to her about everything, anything. She shows me around you. And it may have been a little while that she's been passed because I feel like there's been a little bit of you having to do things on your own. And it's like, you need that mom. Where's my mother figure, you know? And she's letting me know she's right there with you, Janine. She's absolutely giving us that sense of letting you know she is right there with you. Okay. And I also feel like your mom gives me a great sense of creativity. I feel like you may be creative, Janine. So I'm not sure if you're into singing, writing, something creative. She really gives me around you. And I feel like she's absolutely encouraging you to kind of let your soul be the communicator, let your art out, let yourself be free and trusting in that. And you're also extremely sensitive, not to, she doesn't want you to shelter yourself. She's just saying, listen, you are absolutely beautiful, my girl. You are absolutely beautiful. I don't want you to hide from anyone. Don't let anyone hurt you to the point of hiding yourself. Keep yourself open, keep yourself loving. Okay. So I just feel like she absolutely wants to say that to you. So lots of love to you, honey. Okay. I love this. Here we go. Let's see. Can I please connect with my cousin? Also, am I able to connect with him on my own or anyone else if I keep working on my gifts? Toby, you can absolutely connect to your cousin 1,000%. Okay. And it's knowing and trusting that you can connect to him. I would say just little things. Think about if there's a certain song that comes on and it just makes you think of him in that moment. Maybe if you're starting to see repeating numbers, if you start to hear his voice inside, it's just really letting you know that he is there with you and he is by you. I feel like he is very fast moving, though. I think even in the living, very energetic, would have been fast moving, hard to keep him down, hard to keep him still. And I just feel like for him, it's in and out, in and out. So I feel like for him, I think even his passing feels quick. I think just for him, he didn't like to stay in anything, that just kind of anything too long. So I feel like it's just letting you. Also, I feel like for you, Toby, it's knowing when to get out of something. When sometimes I don't know, but he's making me feel like maybe it's hard for you to hold boundaries, that sometimes you give too much of yourself or you're in something too long, even though you should leave. He's like, no, get up and go. It's time to go. So I feel like that's his loving message. It's time to go. So just know that he absolutely loves you. Great, someone who can lift your spirits, right? I just feel like you could talk to him and feel like the whole world is someone really different and someone there. Okay. So I will leave that with you. He gives me something around sports. I'm wondering that he may have been a sports fan, because it gives me a sense of sports, maybe even football. So if you know that, put that in the comments and let's see. Okay. There we go. All right. So George, how's my dad? Your dad feels incredible. Okay. Oh, yes, Boston. She says, yes, Boston. Thank you, Toby. All right, George, your dad is good. So I do want to let you know he is good. I feel like your dad just didn't say anything he didn't mean, George. I feel like when he said something, he meant it. It came from the heart. Maybe not the biggest talker, but I feel like when he did say something, he meant it. He was always trying to help, I feel like there was a very strong bond because he just shows like his arm around you. So I feel like there's a strong bond of bringing you in, loving that connection with you. I feel like he loved the one-on-one time. I feel like he absolutely, he loved that one-on-one time. And I do feel like for you, I feel like he's extremely proud of you, George. I think he's very proud of you. Also stepping into the patriarch role. So I think you kind of stepping up, helping other family members. It's funny because you said fish. I saw the woods. So I'm wondering if you'd be out in the woods or going to a creek kind of fishing, because he gave me the sense of just kind of walking. Like he shows me some trees and a path and just with his arms around you walking. And I just feel like those were really special, important times. I mean, he absolutely cherished those. And it really had no sense. Actually, and I think I was about to say it didn't matter what you caught and didn't catch. And I feel like I'm wrong. It does matter. It does matter. It gets a little competitive in the fishing market. But he gives me like so much love and just so much, was really about the opportunity to share things. And we hunted when I was young. Okay, so there we go. And I just know, like, I just feel like, your dad had a health issue, George. That's the sense I'm getting. Okay, is that your dad had a health issue. But I also feel like people had a chance to tell him they loved him, or people had a chance, because I feel like he makes me feel like he felt so loved at his passing. He gives me the sense of feeling very loved. He gives me the sense of feeling that he had a chance to pass with peace. He had a chance to pass with love. So I know he wants you guys to know that. It's interesting. George, do you have a knife from your dad? Or do you understand a knife or a pocket knife? He gives me a sense of having that. I don't know if you can connect to that. If so, make sure you put that in here, because he shows me that. And I just know that I feel like, what's great about your dad is he woke up every morning and just said, today's a new day. And I feel like he has such gratitude for each and every day. He's a very grateful purpose. Okay. And so I just want to let you know that he gives very proud of you, loves you very, very much. And just know that he's with you. He gives me a happy birthday. So I feel like somebody's got a birthday coming up. So maybe just take stock into the family as who's got a birthday, either just passed, but maybe more just kind of coming up, because he's saying happy birthday. Okay. So lots of love to you, George. Okay. Lots of love. Alrighty. Here we go. All right. Let's bring in Miss Laura here and see what is going on. Hi, Laura. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good, good. What can I do for you tonight?
I just want to know how my mom is still here,
Hi.
but she's with her boyfriend's family in another province, and I'm just out of the loop. They're not letting me know anything, and I haven't talked to her.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I want to know, like I know she's probably close to going to the other side,
Uh-huh.
and I'd just like to talk to her.
Okay.
That
Good.
happens.
Okay, good. Okay. All right. So I feel like for you, Laura, what I get around mom is what I really want you to do, because your mom feels like she may be going in and out of consciousness. So it's almost like she's slipping in and out. So I feel like for you, I want you to talk to her telepathically. Go into your deep soul, have that conversation with her, because I feel like we don't need a telephone for her to hear what it is you have to say. And I feel like that's really, really important. So get into that space, into that resonation, and speak to her from your soul. And I know that she's going to feel you. She's going to hear you. I honestly feel like there's a lot of love from her for you, Laura. I really, really do. I'm sorry that we have some obstacles in the way that I think are in the way of family.
Yeah.
And I think just for you, it's just knowing that she doesn't want that to stop you from talking with her. Okay. The other really interesting thing, she shows me picking flowers. So I feel like your mom would have really enjoyed flowers or wild flowers, that sort of thing. And so she just shows me picking flowers, and just to kind of know that she's at peace with that. Okay.
Good. Thank you.
Yes.
That was very important.
Yeah, so just know that, trust that. I don't want you to worry too much about her. Like I said, I don't feel like there's any pain with her at all. I think it's just more of an in and out that is going on at the moment.
Yeah.
So just have those beautiful conversations with her and know that she is going to listen and hear you and feel you, okay?
Okay. Thank you so much. Beautiful.
Absolutely. Lots of love to you, Laura. Thank you. Okay. I'm ready. Okay, here we go. I want to, this is interesting, Mallory. I want to connect with my daughter, Paige. One thing I get around your daughter, I feel like, so if you hear this and can respond, I'd love to hear it. But I feel like your daughter, one thing I get is extremely bright. I think just a bright young person. I just get the sense of her being very bright, very smart, very on top of things. I also really get the sense where I feel like I don't know why, but I get the sense that she wasn't always able to communicate. So I'm not sure why that is. I don't know if there was an issue at the end or incapable of using the voice, but I do feel like we could feel her energy and feel her intentions. And I just know that I feel like for her, she's really given me a strong sense that to let you know that not only is she okay, but there's really this kind of interesting thing where I feel like it's like she hovers over you. I hope that makes sense to you, but I feel her like hovering over you. So I feel like you can feel her all around, especially maybe in bed or when you're going to sleep. I feel like you can feel her over you. So there we go. She passed at birth. So she's giving me the sense that when you go to bed, just feel her energy or feel that connection, because I feel like she's extremely bright. She's extremely smart. So I feel like she gets in to be able to talk with you or to connect with you, to let you know that she's very much by your side. She's very much with you. Okay. I feel like she's always going to have this level of communication with you. So even if she didn't, obviously she passed at birth. Yes. See, you could tell. She passed at birth, so she didn't have the ability to use this physical voice, right? But I feel very, very strongly that it's like she sends you this this energy. That's the best way to explain it. This light. Literally, it may be light, and then this lightness you kind of feel through you and around you. And I want you to know that that is absolutely her with you. Okay. So I will leave that with you, honey. Okay, here we go. So much here. So much, everybody. I'm doing the best I can here. Let's see. So Ty, I want to be very responsible with this one. I want to be responsible with this one because, your brother just passed last week. So I'm so sorry. I know that's so recent and it still must be in shock and it being very, very difficult. But I really feel like your brother is so much around. Your brother, it's interesting because your brother just gives me the sense of like, I don't know if he had a truck. Like I'm really getting the sense of a guy who just get in his truck and go for a drive. Get in his truck and just go. Like I just feel like, he was so infectious with his smile, infectious with like his personality. There's just something where I feel like the sound of his voice, his laugh in particular, and I just know that he just shares with me to know that he's okay. I feel like obviously he left behind family, right? So I feel like he gives me a sense of leaving behind family. So I feel like, for him, just letting his family know how much he loves them. And I also feel like it's interesting because I kind of feel like there is a sense where, I don't know, either a quickness to this passing or an unexpectedness here, Ty, something like that. But I feel like he really shares with me a sense of everybody to know not to worry about him, not to think too hard. Like he just wants people to know that he's okay. And I feel like it's putting on the music and blasting it. So I feel like hearing that music, blasting it, know that he's around with you guys. And I just want to send you guys a lot of love. Okay. So I will leave that with you. I feel like one thing, Catherine, is Ron could get you to calm down. Like either, I don't know, Catherine, I don't know if it's necessarily that you have anxiety. I don't want to diagnose or anything, but maybe you have anxiety or you get a little worried about, and he could just make you laugh and get you to forget and get you to calm down and get you to, get you to kind of smile over the big and little things. And so he very, very much brings that in first and foremost. Okay. So I know that for sure. He really shows me too. I feel like with him, Catherine, there may have been a cancer or an illness. So I don't know if you could validate that, but let us know, please, because I'm also getting either like coughing, that there was kind of a lot of coughing. So, he shows me that, yes, cancer. Okay. And he just gives me the feeling of, it's interesting. Did he happen to like to cook by chance? I mean, for some reason I kind of feel like maybe he liked to cook. I mean, you could have loved your eating, but I feel like maybe he enjoyed cooking or cooking together or something like that. So if you can validate that would be really cool. I just know he really kind of gives me, he was a better cook than me, yet he just gives me a sense of liking to, I think he really enjoyed doing that, especially cooking for the family. I feel like we have grandkids too. Is that right, Catherine? Because I get the sense of grandchildren around him and him absolutely loving grandbabies. So I get that around him as well. I just know for Ron, I just feel like he really gives me the loads of them good. And I just 15, my goodness, but then he definitely has them. I just feel like he absolutely loved them. There must be a good amount of boys because he made me feel like there was a football team. So, but there must be a good amount of boys. I just know that I feel like I don't know if you can connect to the name Michael, Catherine, at all, but if you can connect to the name Michael, let me know. The name Michael just came in, okay? And I know that. So I just feel like he shares with me. You two, I think we're, absolutely. Oh, your son is named Michael. Okay, there we go. He lets me know you two were inseparable. I don't think you two were ever apart. I feel like you two were always together, around one another. He absolutely loved that. That's how he wanted to be. I think you being there is what brought him the most joy. And I feel like as well, I feel like he's encouraging you for the next journey, Catherine. I think this is about going outside your comfort zone, maybe traveling a bit more, visiting some of these grandbabies that may not live super close, because I get the sense that he's saying, let's get up, let's get out, and let's see the world, okay? And I feel like knowing that, okay? And I absolutely just want to share that and leave that with you, okay? This is so heartbreaking, Brante lost her husband and daughter in a 3-month time. She's here. Yes, let me do the best I can. I just feel like, Brante, knowing that they are together, of course, and letting you know that. But I also feel like their biggest message for you is to be strong, is to know that there's so much more for you, and is to know that they're giving me a sense of like they're together and they're on their path. But I feel like really sharing with you your journey of healing is really gonna create a space for you to help others. And I really feel like you being able to help others will give you time to kind of help others with love, help others with peace, help others with understanding. And I feel like this was so kind of quick also. And I feel like in some ways unexpected for both. Like it just gives me the sense of them saying, don't worry that we're together. I feel like, dad wasn't going to leave without the daughter, vice versa. And just know that they are strong. They're giving you all their love. I know that's so difficult. So the most thing I want to give you is just giving yourself time to heal, giving yourself time to grieve, but really finding that inspiration to give yourself an opportunity to say, there is life, there is more. They don't want you to give up on love because there's so much around you that they give and have for you. So I will leave that with you, okay? And I just know that. All right, I just want to give Nikki a shout out. Her dad is on the other side. My youngest son is watching with me tonight. Ask you about my dad if he has anything coming through for us. I feel like he just gives me obviously your dad, Nikki, is such a strong guy. He's a very strong person, strong character. Definitely also no nonsense as well. And I feel like for the youngest son is very much either I feel like you are very good. I don't know if it's just a very good athlete or to me, it's giving me a sense where you're being very good and he wants you to stay focused so you can use it to excel. So he gives me a sense of stay focused so that you can excel. So don't you get off track. He's very like strict. Don't you get off track. I want you to stay focused because there's a future in this for you. There's a future in this for you. So I want you to know that. I want you to know and trust that, okay? And just know that he is very, very, very proud of you. He's so proud of you. And I also feel like what's great is you've got this, buddy. He's like calling you buddy. You've got this, buddy. Know that you can do this, okay? And I feel like absolutely knowing that you can do this. I just want you to stay focused, okay? I think it's really, really important for you to do that, okay? And I will leave that with you. Lots of love to you guys, okay? Lots of love. Alrighty? Here we go. Real quick, let me just say this. Colby, my mom and sister are here too. Hi, mom and sis. Our grandpa passed in 2011. It was sudden and he wasn't ready. Anything coming through from him. This is really hard because on a soul level, he got all his homework done. So on a soul level, whatever he was meant to come into the physical to do, he was able to accomplish. And that's why he was able to transition. I just feel like he does not give me any sense of fear or worry. Just know that on the other side, he has felt complete. He has felt as one. I feel like he loves, though, that you guys never stop talking about him. You bring him up at every family gathering. He absolutely loves it, so just know that. I think he's a real hoot. So he gives me the sense of getting all you guys, he loves his ladies. He loved the ladies in his life. So just know that. And I just feel like for him, there's such a sense of him knowing that he is around you guys all the time. So try not to worry that he didn't get things done or he wasn't ready. He's absolutely letting you know that he is. I'm okay. Don't you worry about me. It's really sweet. I think one of you or all of you still put like a little place setting around, or his picture is at a place setting. There's something around that. So he wants to acknowledge that and let you guys know. He realizes that you are making room and space for him. And I believe, he is so charming. He is so, Ashley is my twin. How sweet. There you go. Yay. I feel like he just gives me a sense of, that charismatic self. He's like, you guys just know that I'm okay. I don't want to. He used his spatula tonight. Well, there you go. All right, you guys, I want to give you a lot of love and let you know that he absolutely is there for you. Okay. So just know that. So I just want to know, that he is absolutely around. I will just say, I feel like for the parents, well, I don't know. One of his parents must have a sense of humor because they're like, oh, you're getting old there. So I really do feel like that's coming from the sense of humor. And I feel like that might be more dad. So just know he means that with love. But I also feel like it's working on keeping yourself healthy. I really do. Keeping yourself healthy. Know that they absolutely love you. He is, and his dad would say that. Yeah. I was like, okay. So just know that and then his mom's like, stop that, right? So just know that they are very, very proud of you. Keep yourself healthy, okay? I don't know if you've been thinking about a diet, something new. They want you to keep yourself strong, keep yourself healthy for many, many years, and just know that they're extremely, extremely proud of you. And proud of, like, I don't know if you got a new job or trying for a new position. There's something about that. Congratulations. They're very excited that you're going for it, okay? So I will lead that with you. Okay, everybody. I just want to thank you guys so much for tuning in, for being here tonight, for sharing your questions, your loved ones with me. I try to do as many messages as I can. I want to thank you again for the stars. Always nice to be supported and loved here. Have a wonderful and beautiful night, and I will see you guys next week. Thank you guys so much. Have a great night, everyone.
Thank you for listening to the Colby Rebel Show. Be sure to follow Colby on social media at Psychic Rebel. And if you've enjoyed this podcast, please head on over to iTunes to leave a review to help Colby grow the tribe. Colby is an international psychic medium, teacher, best-selling author, and speaker. She is a master teacher of the Lisa Williams International School of Spiritual Development and is the owner of the Colby Rebel Spirit Center in Los Angeles. Visit colbyrebel.com.